Welcome to the BPAS Quick Take on Section 603 of Secure Act 2.0. I'm Andrea Johnson, Manager of Plan Document Services here at BPA.
And I'm Rita Carlton, a document specialist on Andrea's team.
The Secure Act that became effective in December 2019 introduced the concept of long-term part-time employees. There had been a concern that people were not saving enough for retirement. This could be because employees may have not had access to the employer's plan because they worked on a part-time basis. This would be employees that have worked for the same employer for a number of years and never satisfied the plan's eligibility requirements. As part of Secure, long-term part-time employees were defined as any employee who completed 3 consecutive 12-month periods of service with at least 500 hours, but no more than 1,000 hours of service within each period. They must also be age 21 by the end of the 3-year period.
And please note, any service prior to 2021 is disregarded. And if an employee has over 1,000 hours in a 12-month consecutive period, they are no longer considered a long-term part-time employee. Therefore, the earliest a long-term part-time employee could enter a plan would be the first day of the plan year beginning after December 31, 2023.
So between Secure Act in 2019 and Secure 2.0 that was effective in December 2022, the definition of long-term part-time employee changed. Long-term part-time employees under the original Secure Act applied only to 401k plans, and the time frame was measured at 3 consecutive 12-month periods. We're going to review the requirements for long-term part-time employees and discuss the changes that were made by Secure 2.0. Now that we've identified who a long-term part-time employee is, now what? Well, they must be allowed to participate in the elective deferral portion of the plan.
They can continue to be excluded from safe harbor contributions, other employer contributions, including match and profit sharing, top-heavy minimum contributions, top-heavy vesting requirements, coverage testing, and non-discrimination testing.
Employers should be preparing now to provide these employees with enrollment material, giving them the opportunity to participate and choose their investment elections.
There are some special rules for long-term part-time employees related to vesting. Now, remember, employers are only required to allow these employees to defer. However, vesting credits need to be tracked in the event they do happen to receive an employer contribution.
So participants, including the long-term part-time employees, are always 100% vested in their elective deferral portion of the plan. For employer contributions, a long-term part-time employee will earn a year of service vesting credit if they worked at least 500 hours during a vesting computation period. And remember also, as previously mentioned, service prior to 2021 can still be disregarded. So even though long-term part-time employees may be excluded from employer contributions, vesting credits will still accrue. That means there's a potential for a long-term part-time employee to earn a vesting credit faster than other full-time employees who are typically required to work 1,000 hours of service to earn a vesting credit. Even though vesting would only apply in the event a long-term part-time employee receives an employer contribution, you can see how this might cause some questions among employees and how they're being treated differently when it comes to vesting.
Secure 2.0 made 2 significant changes to the long-term part-time employee requirements. First, it made the provision applicable to ERISA 403B plans. And second, it shortened the eligibility period from 3 consecutive 12-month periods to 2 consecutive 12-month periods. Here's an example.
If a long-term part-time employee was hired on or before 2021 and works at least 500 hours in the following calendar years, 2021, 2022, and 2023, then the long-term part-time employee would be eligible to make elective deferrals on 1/1/2024. If a long-term part-time employee was hired in 2023 and works at least 500 hours in the following calendar years, 2023 and 2024, then under Secure 2.0, the long-term part-time employee would be eligible to make elective deferrals on 1/1/2025.
So the examples used here were for a calendar year plan. If you notice, since the change to the definition is effective for plan years after 12/31/2024, the employee hired in 2023 completes 2 consecutive 12-month periods and enters in 2025. That is also assuming that the employee is at least age 21 as of that date. If not, they'd become eligible when they turn 21.
So what do plan sponsors need to do? Well, first, ensure that all employees are being reported to BPAS on each census submission, including part-time employees along with their year-to-date hours. By providing this information, BPAS will be able to help keep track of long-term part-time employees for you, both their eligibility and vesting. If your payroll file doesn't include all employees or year-to-date hours, make sure you get that updated right away. Something else that can be done is consider plan design changes that might make administration easier. You could reduce the plan's eligibility requirements to less than a year of service for all employees. You could also review class exclusions that are currently imposed under the plan. Or you can allow all employees to participate in the elective deferral portion of the plan. Stay tuned for additional BPAS quick takes on Secure Act 2.0 and how they may impact your plan. Thank you.
Thank you.